Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. We are, of course, live. It's 9 o'clock sharp on Saturday evening. Nothing gets past me at all, I can tell you. And it's lovely to be with you all. We're live on the main platforms, the big ones, the beauties, the one everyone's talking about, and the one everyone is watching. So we're live here, big style, I tell you, and a very, very good evening to you. Alexander's joined us, Westy's joined us, and come and join us as soon as you can and tell us where you're watching from. Very, very important. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening. Tops, wahoo. Lovely to have you with us. Excellent call last week, old son. By the way, absolutely amazing. Mad Frankie's joined us, and Ian has joined us as well. But do tell us where you're watching from, because that makes for a far more interesting evening. Is there a moose loose about the hoose? I'm in Manchester. There's Jay Hamilton, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. Angela's joined us as well. And we've got Enigma has liked the live. Get following, guys. Lots and lots to talk about tonight. Callum says, hello, Scottie. Hello, Callum. You've got the number 3 prize. Happy Music for All is watching from Manchester as well. Big audience in Manchester for Scottie McClue. Good evening, Scottie from Greenock, says James. James, lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Our wee lad, Dinky-Doo Abid, I tell you. Scottie, I took your advice and found myself a lady. Good, Rufus. Yes, very, very good for you. And who else have we got here? We've got Frank as well. Fantastic, and happy music for all. We like that. Thank you for joining us, and a very good evening to you. Like, share, and tap the screen, of course. Very important. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Why can't I see you? I'm in the dark, says Jerry. Jerry, I don't know. Is everything working fine? Can you see me and hear me on the YouTube? And can you hear me and see me on the TikTok? Scottie, hello from the Isle of Man. It's Dodsey here. I tell you, absolutely. No, I can't say that, guys. When you say, can you say? No, I can't. I tell you, YouTube's working fine, says Tops. Good evening, Mr. McClue, says the wonderful Roy Michael Taylor from Chesterfield in beautiful Derbyshire. Love your YouTube channel, Mr. McClue. May God go with you and everyone. Much respect to you, Mr. McClue. Much respect to you, Roy Michael. What time did you do the video in Maryhill? I did it, I think it was last Wednesday, Frank. I think we've done it, and apparently we've had 60,000 views already, I tell you. Watching the Hearts, I tell you, yes, indeed, the Hearts are on. There's always football on, but a lot of people watch McClue and have the football on in the background, and I think that's the right way to do it. We can hear you okay, says Amy. I tell you, do you like it, Frank? Did you like that? There's a lot of argy-bargy about, it's not the West End in Maryhill. We know all about that. So that's the thing. I'm actually still in the West End because I haven't crossed the street. I'll tell you, what's the score, says Ian. Don't know, Ian. Wouldn't have a clue on here. Anybody know the score for the football? Han is sending me red roses. We never ask for anything, but there's a little goal up there. If anybody's feeling flush, pop a red rose in, and there's 8 beautiful red roses. Thank you, Hannah. Dodsey is sending me red roses as well. Hearts were winning 2-0 last I heard, says Amy. The old jambos, I tell you. Was it morning or afternoon? Because I was there just after 1 p.m. It was afternoon, Frank. And I can tell you, I found out you have to pay for parking. When I lived there, you never had to pay for parking. Dodsey, you're very, very, very kind. Guy, Dodsey is giving me hundreds of red roses. We thank Dodsey for his kindness. There's another 14 and another 70. Dodsey, what are you like? It's so very, and a hat and mustache. We love that. Thank you, guys, for all your beautiful gifts. So there we are. So definitely afternoon. And also I was down at the Kelvin. So you know where I am, Frank. Have you got all that? I tell you. Angela, DINKY-DOO, lovely to have you with us. And excellent Carbolic. Dodsey, you're way up in the hundreds now with these red roses. That is just so kind. Guys, we never ask for anything. I've got 1,000 likes. 41,000 is the record. I've got Enigma has sent me a heart me. Thank you, Enigma, I tell you. Are you for independence or against it? Very much for it. But whether it'll happen now, I don't know. Big McClue is the brain of Scotland. Scotland is the mother country and is actually the mother country of America. So there we are. Everything at independence, all Scotland was your place where it was all based on. The army place was beside you, the Walcheren Barracks. Yes, called after Walcheren in Holland, I think, if I remember right. But the old barracks were up the top. So there you are. So do you vote SNP? I don't vote, Danny, because I'm apolitical. So there you have it. But because independence is much, much bigger than any political party, I worked in the building, the Territorial Army Base, still there. So there we are. Free-footed soft drinks, as I was doing in the early 80s. Absolutely, I remember it. A shout out to Uncle Robin, he's 67. DINKY-DOO. I tell you. There's a party called the Independence Party. Don't know. We're not interested really in the politics of it. Independence is, to me, economic. It's financial, and we should be hanging on to the £100 billion or so that we send down south. Do you like cats? I don't like cats, no. I love cats. Dodsey, what have you sent me? Who's sending me hearts? Dodsey has sent me a huge family heart. Dodsey, you're so kind. Do you think one day the world will be led by one leadership? No, that's going to change. We have a very, very powerful leader in the world at the moment who is hoping that everybody can have their own sovereignty back. So there you are. That's what they're talking about. Where do we get the £100 billion from? All the things that we do. So there you have it. I tell you, and it then goes down south for squandering. Got you, Scottie. I worked in the... Oh, yes, it's still there, right? We've got you there. Excellent stuff. Are you Team Trump? Well, everybody in the know is Team Trump. Shout out to Lewis. Happy 18th. DINKY-DOO. Thank you, Seamus. You're very kind. I hope all the nations get their identity back. Yes. There's a very powerful movement. I tell you, Gordon has joined us. You're right, Scottie pal. Good evening, Gordon. Lovely to have you with us and welcome. You're a Celtic man, says Chrissy. Well, I'm not really a football fan either way. So I tell you. Now, what have we got here? Bonnie has just got the number 3 viewer badge. Incredible. Pardon me. DINKY-DOO, Scottie from Blackburn, I tell you. Jack Walker will be turning in his grave, looking like relegation for Blackburn Rovers. Glenn, as you know, when I worked in Preston and Blackburn, the Rovers were right up the top. The Jack Walker stand, Jack was around at the time. Wonderful stuff, I tell you. Walker's steel, wasn't it? I went to Balmaha to see the Tom Weir statue. Have you been? Jay, I haven't, but I would like to. Why do you support Trump? Well, everybody who's switched on supports Trump. If you look, you'll see that there's so much stuff against him because he's making the world a better place. So there you are. You worked in Carlisle as well. Carlisle, Newcastle, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Stirling. My goodness me. Danny says, is it just me? No, it's everybody. Scottie, the live is lagging. Is the live lagging for anybody, guys? Do tell me. High top DINKY-DOO. Sometimes it might be just somebody's equipment. There doesn't seem to be a problem here at all, I can tell you. I'm Team Trump, says Gordon. Oh, I think everyone switched on is, but they've got to fight their way through all the anti stuff that's going on because he's changing things with such power and enthusiasm. So there you have it. Gordon DINKY-DOO, I tell you. No, everything's absolutely fine. My equipment's working fine, thanks. Thank you, Kevin. That's brilliant. Hi from Australia. Cronulla, we love you in Australia. I tell you. Tell him to check his internet. Absolutely, Gordon. Yes, sometimes when people get something, they blame the live streamer, you know. It froze as you were about to answer the Balmahack question. Well, Jay, no, I haven't seen the statue. But, of course, I remember Tom very, very well. And his sister, Molly, shoes for Sunday. Yes, Walker Steele, absolutely Scottie in the 80s. Many players, absolutely. Indeed, Glenn. Well, we're not going to all that, but I'm interested. Dunfermline, Scotland's finest former capital, says Sinky. I tell you, my missus is Scottish, and I love her. I should think so. Being Scottish is perhaps the greatest privilege in the world. Beats knighthoods and all that stuff. Hello, Winston Churchill. There we are. Wonderful. I don't think we've ever seen a politician persecuted as much as this one man. This only happens when the world system is in panic mode. Oh, absolutely, Gordon. I think people are starting to ask questions and say, hold on. The last person persecuted like that was probably Jesus Christ himself. I tell you, and look what happened to poor Jesus. The Romans went for it when they should have said, no. He's guilty of nothing. Have to video from GWR. I'm down that way. I get you, Frank. Absolutely. Mr. McClue, wonderful memories when you used to do the late night phone in on Hallam FM. It was brilliant. And you're still brilliant now, Roy Michael. You're very, very kind. DINKY-DOO, Scottie. It's Mark from California. We love you in California, Mark. Amazing stuff. I tell you. These were huge, huge phone-ins. I'm loving Glasgow Essentials, Scottie. I love the history of Glasgow. Well, there's going to be a lot more of it, I tell you. So what I would suggest, we're almost up to 1 million views in the last 3 to 4 weeks for Glasgow Essentials. So guys, get onto your Facebooks. If you've got Facebook, look up at Glasgow Essentials and start following. If we get enough followers, we'll maybe do lives for you. Angela likes all the lives. Scottie, are you a unionist? I used to be a big unionist, but the union is very, very flawed. Nobody should be a unionist. Watching Weir's Way on YouTube, amazing programs, so educational. Yes, the big days of Scottish television. Scottie, have you ever been to Applecross? No, but I remember a little boat called the Applecross that worked out of Applecross, and she was owned by McBrains. But I would love to come up to Applecross and see you and give you a camera ha-hoo-ha-ka-ma-ma-ha. DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue from Sale in Cheshire. We love it. Have you been to Loch Ness? Many times. Yes, I was talking to the bus driver, and we were heading over to the east coast, to Nairn. And I said, much better roads this side. He went, well, a lot straighter. At Loch Ness, you've got rock on one side and water on the other. I tell you, he had a point. I see they want to put a new statue in Glasgow of someone new. Who should it be? A lot of folk were saying it should be a woman, because there's not a lot of ones of women. Well, you see, Amy, I don't like box ticking. Let's put a woman up because there's not many women. If you got a very successful one, put her up, I tell you. Susan has just sent me a beautiful financial gift. Susan, thank you very, very much indeed. I tell you, you're the best, Scottie. I'd love to meet you sometime. Well, love to meet you. I'd tell you, have you ever been to Borg, was that? Borg down, no, but I worked with a gentleman from Borg. Yes, I tell you. Scottie, I've shared your live. Hopefully we'll get your figures up. Thank you, Gordon. Share everything. Hello, Scottie. It's been some time, Soldier Boy. We salute you, sir. Lovely to have you with us, I tell you. Have you been to Burnt Island? Yes, I have. Yes, I know that part very well. Fife, Ken. Scottie, have you ever been to Drumnadrochit? Yes, I have, Reese. I've been to Drumnadrochit and gone through Drumnadrochit coming back from Fort William. Greetings from the US. Do you like? And he mentions a brand of coffee. I wouldn't mention the brand. Hello from Drumnadrochit. We love Drumnadrochit. I've got a dear friend in Drumnadrochit. Been to Greenock? Oh, I've been to Greenock. 36 years in Greenock. Have you been to Northern Ireland, Scottie? Yes, I have. I got the ferry from Ballycastle over to Campbelltown, and I was at the Giant's Causeway, I tell you. And I've been down to Londonderry or Derry. My dad's family come from Cannock, near Drumnadrochit. The Shetlands or the Orkneys, haven't been to either, would love to go. Are you not allowed to mention certain things? You can't mention certain things. We don't mention proprietary things, that sort of idea. We're pretty careful with second names. Come to Newfoundland. Do you know, I'd love to come to Newfoundland, and I'd love a Newfoundland dog. They're so beautiful. Labradors are from Newfoundland, aren't they? Yet the wee bestie Dinky-Doo, I tell you, mon the ton, Mason. Mon the ton. My wife says you're a very handsome man. Well, Gordon, nobody's ever said that, I tell you. Has your wife been for a recent eye test? Yo, from Belfast, says Brendan. We love you from Belfast. Good evening, Scottie. Dinky-Doo, my friend. Lovely to have you with us, and a big Dinky-Doo. Yes, Kevin, we won't mention the actual shop, but I did go down to the opticians just to see what was going on. Yes, we're a little different in Newfoundland. And Newfoundland, you're not that far from Nova Scotia. I'd love to hear you on the radio with your own spot. Oh, my own spot, through the roof. $250,000 on a local radio station. Scottie, have you ever been to GLASGOW? No, but I've heard of the waters of GLASGOW. Beautiful stuff. Great voice, says Brendan. Well, Brendan, I was being accused by the Maryhill people of being pan loaf. And one guy who's in America said, who speaks like that in Glasgow? I said, 1.2 million of us. No longer do the bakery. Scottie was getting too much, but still doing replenishment. Good one, Frank. I'm actually quite glad you're not doing it if you can survive okay, because I don't think the flour's terribly good for your chest. Trivia. Which song by a Scottish band do they mention Nova Scotia? Oh, you've got me there, Amy. I did the Highland Way, the West Highland Way, Brendan. Yes, are we allowed to talk about anything? Or do we have to be careful? No, you can talk about lots of things. You ever been to Moffat, Scottie? I know Moffat very, very well indeed. I used to stop off for lunch at the Rumbling Tum. 500 miles is the only one I know, I tell you. And we've got a mention of a big comedian should come to America. I went up to Applecross on a motorbike. Is there much at Applecross in terms of things? Reese says, Scottie, what do you think? And he mentions a member of the royal family. Well, I wouldn't comment on anything like that. I tell you, I'm still up early in the morning. I have to do 2 back shifts a week. Listen, my cousin was up at 2 o'clock every morning to go. He was a master baker. I tell you, Dinky-Doo. Thank you, Billy. Very kind of you. Radio Rentals. Yes, I remember them, George. Wonderful company. And we used to they did televisions, didn't they, as well? The Applecross Road in a motorbike would be terrifying, says Tups. I've driven it a few times and I get sweaty pants. It's vertiginous. Oh, we see what you just did there, Tups. Vertiginous. We love it. I can't tell you. I'm just seeing what's happening here. Right, that's absolutely fine. And what's happening here, absolutely fine. I'll just get the phones up in case you're phoning, Tups. I'll tell you, Applecross, I haven't been, so I don't know. I've been to Ardnamurchan. So there we are. Do you like still games, Danny? Well, apparently I was the original inspiration for still game. Scott, have you ever been to Cullen? No, but I've been to, not actually into Cullen, but I know it from seeing it. But where did I go? Port Soy. I don't think Port Soy is too far away. Scotty, what's your favourite type of tobacco? Well, I don't smoke. Your accent isn't far off mine, says Devon Lawler. Good one, Devon. I tell you. Scotty, I can't phone in this week, but I've lots to discuss next week. Hokey dokey, James. Is that your picture behind you? Yes, 2 of them presented to me by the radio stations. My wife makes a good skink. I tell you, careful how you say it, Jay. The Cullen skink is beautiful. Haddock fish soup. Am I right? Smoked haddock fish soup. Is there cream in it? I wouldn't advise you to go RP. Well, RP is really Southern British standard. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Scotty, Tups ahead.
Tups, how are we, la? Great call last week, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed you clipped the entire thing. I was extremely honoured.
Brilliant call. To have a Burns scholar who doesn't like Burns. That's just wonderful. I can remember a friend of mine was training for the church, either the ministry or the priesthood or whatever it was, and he had a lecturer who came in and said he felt the virgin birth was a lot of nonsense, and what did people think? And that started the discussion on a Monday morning.
Well, I was just thinking, I think my lecturers in my Scottish literature course at Strathclyde would possibly raise an eyebrow if I was described as a scholar.
A scholar? No, you're a scholar, dear boy. Listen, James has just been on. He recently got a tattoo of SCOTTIE McCLUE in Glasgow today. He hopes I've seen it. I have. I'm trimming his name off the bottom of the photo if he doesn't mind. Or we can leave his name on. And I'll put it up actually on the TikTok. Are you up for that, James? James has got a big tattoo of SCOTTIE McCLUE. I'm not sure where it is. It looks like his forearm.
You better hope it's his forearm.
I hope it's his forearm, I'll tell you. Now then.
Well, SCOTTIE McCLUE's quite a long name, so I guess it's a forearm.
Well, no, that's not what he's got. It's not the name. It's an actual photo, and it's very good.
Oh my goodness, Scotty, you know I love you, but that's a little bit extreme.
Is that one too far for you?
Yeah, hang on a second. Mrs. Tups, what do you think about me getting a tattoo of SCOTTIE McCLUE? She said, no. Oh, Scotty, can I tell you something?
Yes.
This is amazing. This is amazing. It was my birthday this week.
Oh, happy birthday, dear boy.
Thank you. 57, which means I'm no longer the right side of 50. I'm the right side of 60.
You're just a youngster. I could give you a really good head start. You're just a youngster. Not a problem.
Well, hopefully I've got as much beans as you when I get to you, because we've discussed you are the Doctor Who that we never got. You're a Time Lord.
I'm a time traveler. And I've organised a conference. It took place 6 months ago, and I'm hoping you'll turn up. Now, what we've got here, Jerry says, what does that big word mean, Turps? Vertiginous.
Yeah, did you like that?
Oh, loved it. Loved it. I saw what you did there.
Well, you know what? You know, honestly, just between you and me, Scotty, it's a word I've always known, but I'm getting on a bit. So as soon as I put it in, I thought, I better check that means what I still think it means. Yes, it does. Thank you. But I did actually check it and go just to make sure. Yes, it means high. But the Applecross Road is
really
scary.
If you suffered from vertigo, you could be in a state. And you said that you get a little bit sweaty palms when you're driving it.
Yeah, well, I banged my head on a mountain the last Monroe that I ever climbed about 20 years ago. And I was with Mrs. Tups, and she was amazing. We were almost at the top. I can't remember the... Hang on, I'll find out. Mrs. Tups, what was that Monroe I banged my head on? Buckalette of Moor, right?
The Buckalette of Moor, yes, absolutely, we know it.
We were almost at the top as well. It was really annoying because we were almost at the top, but as I was heaving myself up on a rock just towards the end, I didn't see there was an outcrop, and it was like a sharp corner, and I smacked the top of my head, and blood everywhere. But Mrs. Tups, she's cool as a cucumber. Knows our first aid, but she said that's going to need stitches. So we had to just turn around and walk down. Now I saw the look of horror on other climbers as they're coming up. They had the look of horror, but I got to use one of my favourite jokes about 6 times because there were 6 couples coming up and looking at me with horror. And then everyone, I would say, you should see the other guy. I got to use that line so many times.
We love it.
But yeah, I must confess, I did something unethical because we drove to Fort William Hospital. And when we got there was a sign saying average wait time 45 minutes. And she said, "Did you hurt your neck?" And I looked at that sign and I went, yes. And I hadn't hurt my neck at all.
No, but you never know. You see, what could have happened? You could have sat down and taken a heart attack or anything. You know what I mean? Because you don't really know the extent. You could be concussed. You could have damaged something beneath the bone. You know.
That's what I like to excuse my unethical behaviour for. But yeah, and it was my birthday this week, and Mrs. Tups got me a fantastic present. Right? See if you can hear this. See if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
Oh, that's lovely. Is it a till?
It's a bell. You know, like a bell you get in a hotel reception.
Oh yes.
And it says call for coffee. So in the morning, and it's apparently magic, right? So in the morning, if I need a coffee, and then I can just go, right? And apparently the coffee is going to be produced. But it also apparently works for alcoholic beverages as well. Yeah, but evidently it doesn't because it's not summoned her yet.
She hasn't actually appeared.
I think maybe the magic batteries run out or something like
that.
Well,
I have to tell you a little story.
Tuppy. Scotty, I mean, come here. Say hello.
Hello, dear.
There you go, Scotty.
Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Tups. DINKY-DOO.
DINKY-DOO.
How are we?
Good, thank you.
He's telling me just how fantastic you are.
Yes. I always say that. The irony is, Scotty,
You need a drink.
did you hear that? She offered me a drink.
You need a drink.
No, I actually don't. That's the annoying thing.
Well,
I
no,
was just
no,
giving it
refuse
a
nothing but
shot.
blows, dear boy, I'll tell you.
Well, I've summoned her. So no, now she's physically abusing me. Somebody
Spoiling
call the
you.
police
She's
immediately.
spoiling you. That's what we call it.
No, it's spousal abuse. That's what it is.
No, but I can remember, I thought it was quite amusing. Partly during the Second World War, some young officers were billeted in the dormitory of a girls' public school, one of the famous ones. And there was a sign beside the bed that said, "If you require a mistress during the night, please ring." So they were all ringing the bells, but nobody appeared.
There you go. That'll be I want that as my birthday present next year. I want that sign.
If you require a mistress during the night, please ring.
Oh God, about 10 years ago, Mrs. Phillips got me another brilliant birthday present, and it was. Do you remember the signs that you would get at swimming pools? And there were little cartoon icons telling you what you're not allowed to do by the swimming pool.
Yes.
They were there for about 50 years or something.
Do not make love in the pool, it said.
Yeah. No petting. That's what it said.
That's right, no petting. And there were little hearts coming out of people's heads.
Exactly. It was some guy that looked like he was hanging out of the Bruns with his arm around a woman in a bikini and a little love heart. And I never knew what petting was, but...
and no smoking. There was no smoking allowed. I don't know how they did that.
Well, I remember in airplanes, you used to be able to smoke.
Yes. Yes, you couldn't until they'd taken off and they said smoking allowed.
Yeah, it was the back of the airplane and all of first class could smoke. But that's kind of nuts when you think that we've got a pilot in the family, but I knew this already because you know me, Scotty, I know almost as much as you do. But fire on an airplane is just so serious. It's the most serious. Pilots can handle anything, but a fire on board an airplane is really serious. But I'll tell you, this is a
fire on board a boat's pretty serious too.
Yeah, but at least you've got water sitting.
Yeah, but you're going to end up in it.
Yeah. But this is a little factoid, I'll tell you. To this day, brand new aeroplanes all have ashtrays in the toilets. And the reason for that, even brand new designed aeroplanes today, the reason for that is because some people, despite knowing that it's really dangerous and not allowed, they will smoke on board a plane. So what they want is, and people will go to the toilet for it, but they always put an ashtray, even to this day, in the toilet, because if somebody's going to do it, it's better to have an ashtray than for them to throw it down the chemical toilet, which could cause significant problems for the airplane.
But I would imagine the technology will tell the crew right away if somebody's smoking.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure exactly. I've never done it. Even when I was a smoker, I wouldn't have done it. But there's vacuum suction in the toilet bowl, so I'm imagining that you could maybe have a quick drag and then bowl it down as you flush. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely.
I think you'd be better just saying. I mean, when I did smoke, if I went to somebody's house and you couldn't smoke, I wouldn't have dreamt of it. You know, I just wasn't bothered. But I did have a friend that I said to him one day, "Oh, don't light up," and he went, "Oh well, I'll need to go then." You know, it was so addicted to cigarettes. You know.
I can understand the addiction levels. You know what really annoys me is though, I'm a vapist, Scotty, a dedicated vapist. Now I emphasise that as with a V, not an R, right?
No, of course, yes, we got that.
And I'm sorry, you're not getting some drunken confession now, Scotty. And what really annoys me is pubs that say, oh, you can't vape. I had one little guy, he was like about 12 years old, and I nearly barred him. He told me it was against the law to vape in Scottish pubs. Oh, trust me, I know the law. It's not. There are no laws against vaping. But pubs that restrict people to vape inside, that's ridiculous.
It's interesting because I did talk to a friend when the no smoking thing came in. And I said, do you still go down to the pub? And he went, no. He said, I can't see the point in me getting dressed up in my suit to go down to a place to stand outside in the rain and talk to people I don't know who happen to smoke as well.
And the thing is, when I was, the smoking ban came in 2005, I think, and I was still a smoker, but you always get the best chats, you know, out in the rain. But now what I've discovered is that you can just, my vaping is not one of those ones that you see with the enormous strawberry clouds coming out. So it's extremely subtle. I found out you can basically do it anywhere. You know, I used to ask pubs, do you mind if I vape? And, you know, about 8 out of 10 would say, no. Some would think it was against the law. Sometimes it was a house
Can
rule.
you still smoke a cigarette in a car?
Oh, goodness knows. I mean, one of my real bugbears, now you've got...
I don't think you can eat... You can't eat your sandwich or your sausage roll nowadays.
Well, I'll tell you...
Well, if you're driving, I mean, as a passenger, you probably can, but if you're driving, you can get done for that, I believe. Is that not right?
I may have said this before, but because all levels of government have effectively given up control to corporations, banks, started about 40, 50 years ago, because they don't have any actual real power to influence things, what they've been doing for a long time now is micromanaging every aspect of citizens' lives that they can. So when they see things like this, and you see the latest thing about AI and how it can be misused for nefarious purposes. Oh, nefarious, there's another word for
it. There's a cracker. Well done, Tubbs. You've got us all tonight, I'll tell you.
Hey, listen, I'm like your version of Lord Reef, right? I'm educating, entertaining, and informing. But because of that, you'll notice it yourself, they're so quick to jump on anything where they can flex a little bit of muscle, but it doesn't make a big deal. All it does is it's yet another regulation against their own people. So I'm getting, democracy is actually becoming a liability for the citizens. Yeah, it's me, because they've run out. They don't have power, but they need to justify their position. So, the micromanaging, Scottie, is driving me crazy.
It is a bit crazy. I mean, I was quite shocked when I went to do the videos this week. It was only, I mean, they're only a few seconds and what have you, so it doesn't take long. But I had to pay for parking in places where you used to just dump your car anywhere you liked.
Yeah.
The whole of the west end of Glasgow seems to be zoned for parking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It's just grinding money out of you in any way that they can. And of course, now the councils and the government, they've got an active anti-car agenda. So therefore, they think it's a moral thing to charge you. I'd sometimes work at Glasgow Sheriff Court. If you try to park on Carlton Place, it would work out something like £12 a day or something like that if you were to park there. And they think that...
Yeah, it was, I think this was it £1.15 for 10 minutes or something?
Whoa, my goodness.
It was not, it was very, very high. I couldn't believe it. I thought, well, I'll not be coming back here, So, I mean, I would imagine they're losing business. I mean, somebody once told me, they said, at your age, you should be able to get on the bus now, right? So I had to phone my place of work. I said, listen, I'll not be in at 8:45. And said, oh, well, don't worry. When do you think you'll be in? I said, oh, definitely 9 o'clock. They said, where are you? I said, I'm on a bus. I've been on it since 7:20. So the thing is that, and it stopped at every blade of grass, which was wonderful, but I just wasn't prepared for it. So now that I can get free bus travel, I could be anywhere in Glasgow within 4 hours.
Yes, indeed, you know, you'd be quicker walking. But this is going to sound awful. Just, I don't know, I'm fearless.
And don't get me wrong, the bus was outstanding. On the way back, I was prepared for it, and you could plug in your phone and charge it and all that.
My problem with public transport isn't so much the transport side, it's the public side. The amount of nutters on a bus, I just can't be bothered with it, Scottie.
Well, I must confess, huge comedy. One morning, I had to take my car for a service. So I took the car for the service, and then I got on the bus. And I hadn't been on a bus for years, so, you know, there was no conductor or conductress. So I thought, what are we doing? Yeah. So I took a £5, and the driver said, what do you expect me to do with that? I said, have you not got change? And he went, no. I said, so do I have to get off again? He went, well, see if anybody's got change, you know. So I'm on the bus, and there were all these elderly ladies going shopping. And I said, just announced it. I said, anybody get change of a £5? So everybody was into their purses and wallets and putting coins on a seat, trying to work it out. Two ladies got on, and one says, very naughty, gambling on the bus at this time of the morning. But it was funny, and we got it changed. I said, right, there's 50p back to you and 10p to you and all this stuff, and we got enough. And I went up to the driver and said, right, here we go. How much? He went, 180. So I just put it in his wee machine, you know.
Well, nowadays, apparently, I've been at a bus for ages and ages, but you use your card, and I think when you go on, you tap your card against something. Then you have to remember to tap your card. Apparently, you have to tap your card when you're leaving, or else you get charged for, I don't know, like a full day's bus travel. If you
I think we need the Clippies back with a machine that you can set.
Yeah.
And the big bag of coin.
My parents knew a woman who, she married an American. I think he was a spy, to be absolutely honest with you. She had no fingerprints, right?
Right.
Our man was a military intelligence guy, right? This is absolutely true. My parents met her in the 90s, and she'd lived in America for about 30 years, and she had no fingerprints. And her explanation, because my father, when her husband died, my father helped her with her the paperwork involved with the estate,
right?
And she had to get American citizenship, which she'd never done. She just, you know, on marriage, but she had no fingerprints, and her explanation for why she had no fingerprints was that in the 1960s she worked as a clippy on the Glasgow buses, and they wore off.
Oh, I love it. Now, apparently there was a lovely story in the days when everyone smoked up the stairs in the bus, and it was the late bus, so I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, Saturday night, wet, and it used to get roasting, and the windows all steamed up, and everybody was smoking, right? Yeah. And apparently the conductor, the guy, comes up the stairs, took one look at this packed bus, thick with smoke and steamed up windows and all the rest of it, shook his head and went away back down.
Yeah,
and the lovely thing we used to say when it was a double decker and it pulled up, would say, you get into town, and go, yeah, downstairs only. You go, where's your top bit going?
Right. Okay, listen, Scottie, I'm going to let you go.
All right, dear boy. Well, that was lovely chat. Love to you and Mrs. Tops, and stay fabulous, and we'll catch up soon.
Take care, man. See you.
See you later. That's our Tops Right. Always a good call. A lot of fun there, and great chat, I tell you. Now, who have we got here? As always, you and me are early birds and have been for many years. Yes, Frank and son. What's the big word, Tops? Vertiginous, A couple on safari, says Amy. Good evening. I hope you're well, says the lovely Joanna. Here we go. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scottie. It's Kareem. How are we?
Karimla. How lovely to hear you. I know Tups was on for a while there, but he's always good chat, you know.
Yes, I came on to get my protein shake and I was listening away. So some interesting points. Very interesting.
How are you, my dear fellow? It's so lovely to hear you.
I'm well, thank you, Scottie.
Do you know what somebody's just put up? They went, now this is a proper gentleman.
The previous caller, yes.
No, you. You.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Right, okay. Brilliant, thank you. No, I'm well, Scottie. I've had a few flare-ups. Remember, back in the day, I have long COVID.
Yes.
So I've had a couple flare-ups, but nothing too major. So just getting through that, shall we say.
Keep having a look at the patches, Kareem. I know there's a price, but my goodness, what an amazing setup, you know, when you get going with them.
Yes. No, I did have a wee look into it all, and I just financially at the moment.
Absolutely, I understand. It's always financial. It's always the price. But my worry is that somebody goes and just gets something off the internet and it's not the genuine article, you know.
Yeah, no, I would go for the genuine, something like that. You want it to be, you know, the real deal, not a rip-off or something.
But
like
I absolutely understand. I mean, you know, it is a price, but my goodness me, what a difference, you know. I mean, and as I say to people, think what it would cost you to go on some kind of diet or go to the gym or anything like that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's just I need to pay for my dog. She gets hydrotherapy twice a month. And that's like 142.
Yeah,
so
that would
it
be
adds up, you know. But
yeah.
you do anything for your dogs, you know.
Oh yes, no. Listen, absolutely, and that's what it's all about. I tell you. How are you keeping apart from that?
I'm well, thank you, Scottie. Just working away. At Christmas time, I was at Benidorm for the first time in my life. I tried over there. That was very different, shall we say.
£70 a dog, somebody's saying. Is that right?
Could you say that again, sorry?
That's £70 per dog, says number one.
My oldest dog, she's £72 every 2 weeks for hydrotherapy.
Right.
So
somebody must be in the know here. That's £70 a dog. So somebody, isn't it interesting, Kareem? You come on to something like this, and what I love about this in particular is if I don't know the answer to something, somebody else will. And this, I don't know if you're on the Facebook with the Glasgow Essentials, but my goodness, oh my goodness, it's doing well. It's early days yet, so we can't go live for maybe another month or something like that. But my goodness, I can't believe the response.
Ask you that, Scottie, and maybe, well, I was going to ask about Scottish identity. Now, for me, what I'm seeing in a lot of radio, and you're the gaffer, you know, but are we losing our Scottish identity through the radio? Because there does not seem to be so much, but we see Glasgow Essentials, and that is local.
Yeah.
But if you look elsewhere, are we losing our identity?
Yes.
Because local radio just seems to be dying.
Yes, there is. I won't mention names of that, but there is a new radio station just started. And that's, I believe it's for Scotland. I haven't really looked into, and there's a couple of other stations about, but no, Scott FM was a very strong identity, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the reasons it disappeared, because it was just, once it got into its stride, it was just blowing everything else away. And I would think that's probably the reason I disappeared as well, was, you know, somebody had a word with somebody else and said, it's no very good, that thing at night. You don't want that, you know, and all the rest of it. And of course, it was really eating in to all the audience cake in Scotland, because everybody's going, no, we used to listen to that bit. We now listen to Scottie McClue now, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, if you turn the radio on just now, Scottie, and just flick through all the stations,
Fairly
all
bland.
the same.
Fairly bland,
All the same.
very much all the same.
Yeah.
And the same with television. And as I've said to you many times, I had words with people right up the top. What about social media?
Yeah.
Oh, we concentrate on our core business. And their core businesses are disappearing as I predicted. And
Yeah.
somebody had started a new television station in England, and I rang them and said, I've got some great ideas. And they went, we fail to see how a Scottish radio guy could in any way help us. And I thought, you fail to see. So that means that I'm very glad I'm not going to be working with you because you fail to see. So he didn't realize himself, but it was a great confession to me that he didn't really understand the game. Because had I gone, and said, I don't want to hear this accent or that accent, the place would have just flared up. It would have been amazing, and he would have done great business. But he wouldn't even have a coffee with me because he failed to see. I failed to see. And I thought, that's it. You failed to see. You've answered my question. I won't keep you.
I'll come back to haunt him then, because
well, it did die. It just died. I mean, they tried their best, spent fortunes, and it died.
Yep.
And I knew that would happen. I can see these things coming. I can remember working with somebody that worked with Lord Fraser, who owned Harrods. And I said to him, did he approach people about buying up the shops, or did they approach him? And he went, in the very early days, he would make offers, but latterly, everybody came to him, wanting him to buy their store. And he said, Scottie, he said he could walk into a store and tell you what it was worth.
Right.
That's the skill. And I can walk into a radio or television project and tell you what it's worth, or tell you what it could be worth.
I suppose you get that as well, like when you walk into places, you get a feel, the environment, the atmosphere. And
Kareem, I'm just going to get rid of an idiot here, Scottie McCLUE. So I think we'll just say bye to him.
Yeah.
There he goes, gone. That's what we do. If somebody's not with us like that, just lifetime ban.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But no, I just thought that was interesting, because I feel with Scottish identity, and with not to go into it, but with the elections that are coming up, I think even more so that we should have our identity and it should be spoken about, and how we move forward and progress, and all these things with television, with radio, not having like England, London rule dictating to us Scots, things like that.
Well, the thing is, you'll find that the Unionists are paranoid about Scotland having a voice, and a proper voice. So there will be huge concerted efforts going on behind the scenes to ensure that Scotland doesn't have a voice, because Scotland is the mother country. It's the mother country of England. It's the mother country of America. It's the mother country of Canada, and bits of Ireland too. But when we're just talking about Scotland, it's the winner where all the mother of invention, everything that's right. And the only reason, not the only reason that you had the Darien scheme fail was King William took his money out just at a crucial moment. And the Scottish aristocrats lost their money and lost the people as well. So there was a lot of death. And that's why they fell for the bribery of Queen Anne. Bought and sold for English gold.
It's, the way I view it, we've got there's kind of traitors, that they talk down Scotland and we've had it 300 years ago, and these people are alive and well to this very day as well, doing the same. And Scotland is a country in its own right. It's a nation, and it will be reborn again at one point in the future. And I just hope the people of Scotland wake up before, a lot worse things are going to be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, well, I think we do have a guy who's sort of taking over as world leader, and he is keen on sovereignty. And I heard another guy who's very keen on, being the next sort of party in power, but there's nothing about independence there. But he was also saying how countries should be able to dictate their own independent sovereignty, But I think if you said, does that apply to Scotland, that would cause a panic. And of course, all the oil money, the hushing all that up for years, 1974, I think that report, and that was hushed up for 30 years. So, it's Scotland has certainly been robbed, and Scotland had to seriously devalue its own economy to fit in with the Westminster economy.
Yeah. And it's interesting as well, if you look every year, the GERS report, it's like, it's not accurate. If you look at any of the banks and the financial sector, they would be laughing like, what are we doing with this year? This is just all estimates. Every other country apart from England has something like the GERS, and England doesn't, and I find that quite suspicious.
Also, the Barnett formula, that needs to be looked at.
Well, we're giving so much and getting so much less back. That's not fair for us at all. Benefits down south, does not benefit us in the slightest.
Well, we give every penny and get about a third back.
Yes.
So there you go. But anyway, we'll see. It's interesting times, as I say. I've no interest in party politics and all that sort of stuff. I get approached. Would you not stand? Would you not consider standing? Blah blah blah. I think you'd get in, etc. All that sort of stuff. And I think no, because there's a much bigger picture on the stocks. And we just need to sit back and watch the movie,
Yeah, Scottie. Well, listen, I'm going to wish you all the best. I have been keeping a close eye on Glasgow Essentials, and I'm looking forward to when that comes up and running as well. And it's good to have you back.
That will be steering clear of politics or anything like that, but we want fun, laughter, banter, businesses, anything that helps the Glasgow people. That shall be popping up on that.
I think you said the key word there, Scottie. It's local. It's
local.
For Glasgow. It's for the people of Glasgow.
Purely for Glasgow.
And that'll make it a success in its own right.
Bless you. Lovely to hear you. Thanks very much, Kareem.
See you later, Scottie. Have a good week. Bye.
Dinky-Doo, sir. There we are. That's our Kareem again. Always a very good call. Now, it's been a great show tonight, Scottie, says Susan. There was a lot of jealousy of you and Scott FM back then, Scottie, says Amy. There was, Amy. It was huge. Great power. My late mother worked on the buses in the 70s and 80s, says Susan. Hi, Kareem. How are you? The wonderful Joanna. Thank you, Joanna. And thank you for your 2 lovely kisses. Bless you, I say, and love to you and your family. So there we go. Who else have we got? Scottie, Tom, Dinky-Doo. Lovely, 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 I say to you. How are we doing for time? We need to go. I love you all. Good night. God bless. Dinky-Doo and Taralas. Oh, my goodness me. Right, here we got here. I can't believe it. I'm going to have to dash. I love you all. Good night and bless you.